talk about Bumgarner today and just generally his month of August?
Bum was bum today. A terrific job. I mean, you saw the strikeout, so it's evident he had good stuff today and pitched great. And we had a chance to give him a break. So I mean, we've been riding him pretty hard this month, and it was close to 100 pitches. So I was comfortable where we were in the bullpen. That allowed us to give him a little break, and so I made a change there with him. But he really pitched well. Great job, and it's good to see the offense break out too. It's nice to have a little cushion there where that allows you to make that move and not push him too much.
Bruce, is the lesson never intentionally walk the batter before Kelby Tomlinson?
Yeah. How about Kelby? You're hoping he gets a run in, but to hit your first home run. I mean, that's a memory he's always going to have, and really all of us. I mean, we were so happy for him, and a nice piece of two-strike hitting too. He was battling up there and fouled off some tough pitches, and looked like a changeup he got. He got enough of it, and the kid's done a great job up here. He really has. He's faced some tough pitching, and he's got a nice short swing. He uses the whole field, but I guess he showed he's got a little pop too.
Coach, it's obviously nothing new for Bumgarner, but what's distinctive about this month? What has he done this month to kind of climb into a?
Well, I agree. It's nothing new. I don't know what I can tell you, about Bum as far as this being new. No, this is one of the best pitchers in the game. He's one of those elite guys that. He's got that great maniacal focus you talk about when you want your pitcher to have when he's on the mound, and good stuff. He's got 4 pitches, and so it's nothing new. I mean, we've seen it, and he just had a terrific August.
Bruce, this might be a different way of asking the same question. What makes him so tough for hitters to adjust to? Hitters talk all the time about making adjustments, and obviously they're not doing it against Madison.
Well, I think you start with this stuff. I mean, he's got 4 pitches. He's got the ability to use both sides of the plate, pitches in well, but he also commands the outside part of the plate well. He changes speeds, very prepared. So, and he's got that mental toughness that the good pitchers have, and gave up a run there, but regrouped. And after that, he was in command the whole way.
Considering he stuck the landing, what kind of score are you giving him on that covering first play?
That was one of the better plays we've had all year. I mean, that's a difficult play. You're going full bore. You got some speed going down the line, and with Belt, he had to wheel and turn, and the throw was off. But not only catch the ball, but to have the wherewithal to know where the base is. Shows you how athletic this guy is, and we've talked about his hitting, but he holds runners. He does all those little things, and that was an impressive play. I was a little concerned there. He got turned around pretty good, but still know where the base is. I thought was one of the better plays I've seen this year.
Yeah. Bruce, obviously the idea is to stay within spitting distance of the Dodgers till they get here or play them next week. What does this series tell you? Does this series tell you anything in terms of, this weekend? And
well, I think it. If anything, it tells you, these guys, they're pushing. I mean, they're going hard. We're going through a lot right now. I mean, it's obvious. The injuries we're having to overcome, and some young guys are getting in there, and they're making a lot of contribution. Of course, Tomlinson, but I thought Perez had a good day. So it just shows you the heart that they do have, and we had a tough road trip. We're close to having a pretty good road trip, but they just have a lot of character, and they come out here every day. First game. You hate to lose that first home game, and we got beat up pretty good, but you got to be resilient in this game. And they bounced back and put together 2 really good ball games against a good ball club. And there's baseball left, over 30 games, so there's time for us to get on track here and find a way to get there.
Bruce, to have a guy like Kelby come up and make the impact that he's having and have the kind of presence, calm presence. Duffy, we saw it last year. What does it say about what's going on in your minor league teams in terms of these guys' preparation when they get to this level?
Yeah, well, I think you have to start. I mean, you start with scouting. These guys that we've drafted, they're I call them complete players. It's not one tool that stands out on them, but they do a nice job defensively. They're athletic. You saw how quick he was when he beat that throw to second yesterday, and including Duffy and really all of them. Panic and hate to leave somebody out, and then you look at our development people and the job they're doing down there. And I've said this, before, but. During the course of a season, you're going to have to overcome injuries probably, or some kind of adversity, and you need somebody to come up and give you a shot in the arm. Duffy did it last year. Tommy's doing it right now. Panic, and so that's so important to have depth, and these guys we're calling up. What I'm pleased with is that their poise, their sense of comfort up here, their sense of belonging, and they're not in awe of everything. And I think it goes back to spring training. I think the fact that the minor league complex is so close to ours, we bring these guys over. They come up, they know these guys, so it makes that settling in process a lot easier.
Just one more on Kelby. How much peace of mind do you have that you can let Joe get fully healthy now and you guys don't have to rush him back?
Well, it certainly helps, I mean, we're hoping to get Joe back, and have them both. It's going to make us that much stronger, the bench stronger, but it does allow you not to rush Joe too much. And so we're staying on schedule with Joe. He ran on the field for the first time today. He's probably going to take some batting practice on the field this weekend. But meanwhile, you have to like what Tommy's doing to allow us to give Joe the needed time.
Bruce, Marlon Byrd told me after the game that he let Kelby know to look up on the scoreboard because there was a solo shot of him and enjoy the moment of what you just accomplished. You've had a pretty good run of veterans that have come in, set their ego aside, and imparted some wisdom on the younger guys. What is that like to be able to manage a team like that?
No, right. We have a lot of young players here, and those veterans in there, they do a really, really nice job of, helping these guys, talking to them, and as you just mentioned, making sure that Kelby soaked in the moment. We're in a fight right now. We're in a race, but you have to embrace it. You have to enjoy it, and for Marlon to do that says a lot about him. Because you can forget about the board and everything and look at the moment. But he wanted to make sure that that Kelby took this in, and these are things that it's hard to. People sometimes outside the baseball world don't know how big a moment this is, but for Kelby, it's a memory he'll never forget.
Bruce, you're contending with the Dodgers for the division. Do you experience this as fun, even though your team is a little beat up and you had a rough road trip? Is this fun for you?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, it's why you play the game, and as I said, you have to embrace this. Let me tell you, I've been on the other end when you're out of it, and that makes it a long season. But you're probably a little tired at this point, but who's not? I mean, both teams are, and but you have to enjoy it because there's so many times where you're not in this situation, and so we try to have fun with it, and I know I do, and it's why you play the game. And I know going in spring training is what you talk about. You want to be in the hunt, and play every game, like it's the seventh game of the World Series. They're all that important.
I know you get scouting reports on the kids when they come up from them. Anything show up here that wasn't on the scouting report that you've learned about them?
No, I can't say that. I mean, we had some options before we called him up, but our reports were good. I mean, the job he was doing in Richmond, goes up to Sacramento, continue to hit. He's a base hit guy. He's short swing, line drive, and we needed some help offensively, and we could have gone geared more toward a defensive guy or the other way around. But he was the most complete player we thought that would fit on this club, and reports are right on with him.
Bruce, what about Bird's homer? I mean, he gives you sort of a veteran presence in the middle of the lineup, and I imagine with all these injuries, that's something you sort of savor as well. What kind of impact has he made on the clubhouse and the lineup?
Yeah, he gives us a lot of presence with how much we're beat up. I mean, he's been in the 5-hole for the most part. I think once in the 6-hole, but he's been through it. Yeah, he's been playing this game a long time, and I'm sure he's enjoying the moment. He was in a tough situation there. Not to to look at Cincinnati where they're at, but the fact he's come over here and he's got a chance to get back to postseason. He did that with Pittsburgh. So, but just to have him around, I think is going to help loosen the guys up, give us some more presence in the lineup, bat. We saw his first game, the home run today. I mean, he's a threat, and he knows what he's doing up there.
Considering Duffy had that ankle injury yesterday and was able to make that quick turnaround, how encouraged were you by his performance today?
Yeah. I mean, this kid, what a year he's had, but he's also showed how tough he is. And I really thought he'd be questionable today. I didn't know if he'd be able to make it. I thought that ankle would be pretty sore, but training staff did a great job with him. And, when I approached him today, he just said, thumbs up, I'm good to go. And, he's just a ball player. He does everything well, but, the fact that, he bounced back from this, this ankle, he turned it pretty good. And when I went out there, I wasn't sure if he would finish the game, and then he comes back and plays today, but not just play, but play well.
How was Norrie doing after losing a home run that just went foul on the Bay and then getting thrown out at home on that one?
He's doing fine. I think he could smell that home run, and he's rounding third. I think Roberto was holding him, but he saw where the ball was, and great play on their part, great relay throw. It took that kind of throw to get him, and exciting play. But right, he missed a home run, 2 home runs probably by 2 feet.